Yes.
Yes.
Picking up my mic. Let me double check it here. There. Okay. Cool. So we just pulled over. Again, the requirement from you all is if you start having audio, and if I stop, like if I should be talking and you don't hear me, I'm talking. So yell at me. Yeah, who wants to do the recap from last week?
I think that I can.
Okay, good, because somebody didn't take notes.
I didn't type up the notes.
You didn't type up the notes.
I have them handwritten. I just didn't.
They are a
translate
very
them
important
over.
part of my prep.
I'm sorry. I will try and have it done this week with last week's session and this week.
Please and thank you.
It's very much had the vibe of like, you didn't do my homework, nerd.
Yes, very much. Yes. I was like,
I thought it was more pictures of Spider-Man, kind of. I want them on my desk in the morning, Parker.
oh, yeah.
I forgot to write a note to myself. I had remembered it at the very beginning of the week, but then I completely forgot about it these last few days.
I mean, I understand. I was laughing because I had some time, and a lot of times I do prep in the car while I wait for Walker, and I was trying to recall two things, and I was like, you know what, Jordan's notes are fantastic. Let me go check them. So I had to like figure out how to get it on my phone, move it over, and then
I failed this week.
nothing. I was like, are you serious? I spent like 10 minutes trying to figure this out just to see that you did nothing. So, anyways, Elijah, let's get that last week recap.
Okay, let's see how much I can do. Quit licking my pants. Go.
No.
Go outside. Anyway. Sirik is my lead priest. We met Sister Anna and Christina that they work in the town hall. Because we were there. Because that's where we were going to go and look for. Don't see it in my notes of who we were going to go looking for. But we were looking for the dwarf.
Yeah.
That Bernard. We did some work around the church. Well, some of us did. Beldora was. She didn't follow us in there. Not that we saw, but she was looking sus the previous episode.
Correct.
Let's see. Found out that Bernard was murdered. He had notes containing that the gentleman, Sefik, is the bodyguard to Torga and is possibly the killer. It thinks that Sefik works for the Torgs, doesn't know why, but thinks it's because of the Frost Maiden, because he dresses like a southern sailor, even though he's way up north, so the cold does not seem to affect him. His eyes are blue like a frozen lake. Then we kind of had a chat with some guys. We disposed the body. Blackthorn spoke to some dwarves that had came in from after being attacked from by a Yeti. Their sled of iron ingots was left out in the cold. So agreed to try to help them, and we didn't have enough time in the day to travel to a whole nother town, so we figured we'll just go ahead and look for these ingots. Maybe see if there was any elementals on the way. Blizzard started to pour in. We found some tracks. Caught up with a sled that was being pulled by goblins. They didn't take too kindly to us saying those ingots didn't belong to them and that we were going to return them to the rightful owner, so they attacked and we killed them.
You killed them all,
and I learned a lesson about casting concentration spells in a blizzard.
You did.
And then there was still another skid ahead of us being pulled probably by... We didn't know that they were being pulled by polar bears, though. So there was a skid ahead of us that had a huge fire on it.
Yes. Off in the distance, you saw... let me see if I can pull that image up again.
I'm not real good with recaps.
That was a good recap.
An amazing job. Okay, I can't pull it up. I can't force send it to you guys. But you could look it up. Oh, nope, I did. Never mind. I was having some lag. So up in the distance, this is just in front of you in a blizzard. And so you see this fire elevated, and that's really what's kind of catching your attention. Is unless there's like a hill or a climb that you're not able to see, fire is 15, 20 feet up in the air, and it shouldn't be. So that's really the only thing you're kind of seeing through the thick blizzard. And that's where we ended off. So what do you guys do?
I think I had one good berry left, so I'm gonna pop that in real quick.
Okay.
How much does that heal again?
4, I believe.
4.
Okay. And I have to stay within what? Something feet of Blackthorn?
Yeah, put it in.
60 feet is what you posted in the Discord.
Or you run the risk of getting lost. Right? So if you're in combat and you are all spreading out or chasing after something and Blackthorn doesn't immediately follow you, it's not a guarantee that you all get back together. So that's one thing. Blackthorn is the one that never gets lost. And everyone in his group, and we're kind of saying group kind of stays within like 40 feet of each other.
So it is odd to see this fire direct up that high up.
I mean, it's odd to see fire. You think about it, all the times you've walked, you've seen one car and they were dead. And it was a smothered little fire inside. So other than in a city, it is extremely odd, especially in a blizzard, that there is a fire in front of you.
Is Kedek running forward?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Elijah will continue to run forward, but will stay within eyesight of both the front and the back, I suppose.
Okay.
Question: this sled that they were pulling, the goblins were pulling, does this have like the iron ingots on it?
100%. Yeah. No, it is loaded up, stacked super high. Let me kind of describe it a little bit here. went into a lot of detail about how they are able to do it. The sled weighs 300 pounds or so, and the iron ingots add another 600. Um, so it is a very, very large sled with a lot of iron ingots on it. So, Kenny, you said you're kind of charging forward.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm gonna make sure that I'm like looking behind me and that I can see everybody and we're not getting separated. But I'm gonna keep pressing towards this fire.
Okay. Um.
Well, I assume we're going to interrogate them.
Or kill them and take their stuff.
The job was just to get the iron ingots.
My vote's kill them and take their stuff.
Go to a different town with iron ingots.
Oh no, I mean kill the goblins and take their stuff.
So when does the cart become visible?
One more foot, or one more spot.
Doop.
Right, because you were. Oh no, you would have seen it. I'm so sorry. Two back. Within 30,
Okay.
you can kind of start seeing it, and then that's when you would see the giant towering. The sled.
Are these goblins riding it, or can I see them?
You cannot see the goblins, but you will as soon as kind of like you get into frame for them, and the cart. Immediately, a javelin is thrown at you because you remember there was a horn blown before the goblins charged, so there it is essentially
Immediate aggro.
immediate. Yeah. So the javelin will be thrown with disadvantage. So the 6 will miss. But now that you have engaged the cart, we'll get back into initiative.
Initiative.
Do keep in mind, brother Kadik, I have already cast a couple spells and do not have much more.
And always click your token.
And always click your token.
Do your arms not work anymore? Hit things.
In Russia, spell hits you.
Yeah, I'm with Kadik here. If these guys are attacking us, they could have attacked other travelers.
Well, and what you're also you are seeing, Stan, is this is a large structure. You know, one javelin has been thrown. I mean, obviously, meta-wise, you know what you're seeing because I didn't black any of this out. But there is a good assumption, like if you're worried about other like travelers or other beings, there could easily be people inside of this. Like it is a big, giant Pandora's box to you. You and honestly, you still don't even see the polar bears, so you just see just this giant tower and a javelin thrown at you. So let me. Is everyone on this list here now?
I think so.
Yep. All right. So Elijah, you're up first, sir.
In that case, Elijah, as he runs past the kobolds, will just say a small prayer. out to the little goblins, "Your suffering is no more," and continue to run forward a bit with keeping a decent berth between him and between the two groups.
Okay.
And I will produce flame in my hand in case anybody comes out and attacks. I will ready my action to attack.
Okay. Kedek.
Get right up to it. What do I see?
So you do see on the back there are stairs leading up to like a leather curtain. And through that like is where the fire is kind of coming from the sides. The fire seems to be from the second story. And that's where the javelin was thrown from, is what you could.
Okay, I have 10 feet left of movement. Can I get up there?
Yeah.
Sweet. I'll bust through that leather curtain or whatever and run up there. I'm gonna assume I'm generally up there.
Yeah, that's good enough there. All right. Oh yes. What else?
Do I see what's up here?
You do. At this moment, you see a little bit better dressed goblin, who's kind of like staring at you wide-eyed, incredibly terrified, and then two other goblins, all of which have scimitars in their hands.
I will go. Hello, sneaky thieves. I'm gonna rage and attack the better dressed one.
Okay.
Technically, would your rage have ended? Were you raged last time? Or no?
I never raged last time
Okay.
because I wanted to save it for this.
Why are you
But-
mad?
12.
The 12 would miss.
Rah.
Why are you mad? Because my pussy pops severely and yours don't.
Yeah, so here, I think let's...
You arrange me however.
Yeah, I'm trying to... Because these guys weren't in a blocks. Okay, there we go.
You climbed up in there?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
So Kedek is now inside of it. Which I will add, the way that you are kind of in the doorway. So
Yeah.
you're kind of
I
blocking
imagine-
the door.
The whole thing kind of like rocking back to forth really, really badly with the giant fucking mammoth man walking onto it.
Here's Johnny. Is like what I'm saying. Like you just like all of a sudden are here. All right, Sten, what do you do, sir?
All right. I'm going to do exactly the same thing as Kedek.
Get up on in here.
Get up all in there.
Okay.
And can I get past Kedek, or is he like right in the doorway kind of thing?
How far have you moved?
Uh,
If you're having to use all your movement, then yes, you probably get it. I didn't double check before you had moved.
I've only went 20 so far, so I get 10 more left, just like Kedek was.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah,
and then-
we were right next to each other.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, we were-
Good. So then you climbed, and so you're up at the top. So yeah, you are kind of at the, I'll say like at the door, kind of like squeezing by. Unfortunately, no, I'll let you get in. So if you stand, because it's a weird angle. I apologize. This is why hex are always better. I'll let you stand there, and that's where you can get your attack off.
Okay. So I can hit this one. Is this one too far away for me to hit?
No, you're within 5.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm gonna do an old fashioned Final Fantasy limit break, you know.
Just gonna give him an old fashioned.
Okay.
Action surge.
All right.
I'm going to hit the one that is, nicely dressed. That was.
Yep.
And gonna hit it twice.
All right. Let's see.
That's a miss.
The 7 misses.
12 misses.
12 misses.
We are two very large dudes in a very tiny thing, so that's why we can't hit anything.
Yeah. You guys are just kind of like all bumping into each other, and there's a large fire in this room. So like, well, in fact, I'll let me move this guy kind of at the corner there, and we'll see the fire. I'll draw said fire. Some freehand. So fire is red. That is way too much fire. It's like fire. Is there? That's the fire. I am an artist. Christopher, your party
That's
has
good
gone
fire.
missing. What do you do?
And Blackthorn's back here.
Blackthorn's back there.
Well, he's in with sight with me. I'm sorry. In the blizzard, I still have 30 feet of movement, right?
Yes, no movement impairment unless you are on something that is difficult.
Okay. Well, I think I'm gonna. I can't see anything out on the outside of the cart, right? They're all inside.
If you would move up, you would see that they weren't there. The
Okay.
assumption could be that they had climbed up right before you had gotten into visual.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna dash to about right there.
Okay.
And then that's it.
Okay.
You can bonus action dash and still have an action, I think.
What?
Part of your rogue stuff.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
The cunning action, is that what it's called?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Well, how cunning.
That's going to be your bread and butter for this character.
Yes.
I don't know about bread, but it is my butter.
Like
You
some
can
things you could-
dash, disengage, and hide as a bonus action.
Oh, neato. Okay, so I'm gonna dash up there, and then I'm gonna. Well, I still can't shoot anything from where I'm standing, right? There's nothing in view.
You see nothing to actually shoot, correct?
Okay, so then I'd hold my action to, if anything pops out, I would shoot it with a bow.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of move you there, kind of get you like at the very like corner of the room. So
Catty
you're,
Wumpus.
like, hiding behind the two beef burritos there. Blackthorn.
We're gonna leave you guys to get lost.
Yeah. It's like, wow, look at all these dead goblins over here. I wonder what they have on them.
Oh. Dash.
Okay.
I don't remember where that is. Out there.
Okay.
That will be my turn.
Okay. All right. So they are essentially all going at the same time. So the first guy will shoot, and they're gonna they'll shoot at Kadek being the first one in. So, and we are now in an indoor setting, so shooting loses its disadvantage. Does a 16 hit you, Kadek?
Yes.
Okay. For 6 piercing.
Reduced, right?
You are raging, yes.
Sweet.
And then the one in front of Sten. Oh. Interesting. Okay. The one in front of Sten will scimitar and that'll miss. But he will move here. And then the nicely dressed one will attack you, Kedek. 16 hits
Mhm.
for 4 slashing, so 2. And then it'll slash at you again. Oh, whoops, press the wrong button. Does a 15 hit?
Yes.
Okay. For 7, then half.
Can I use interception on that one?
You certainly can. Will you ping me? There you go.
D10. Well,
0
check it
damage.
out.
Nice.
Good roll.
Oh, your rolls are coming back now, huh?
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
Well, I'm glad they're this game. I'm glad this is the game they're coming back at.
All right, so no damage to you then. And then he will nimble and move to here. All right, it is now y'all's turn. Elijah, back to the top.
Oh man. I just whisper a prayer to you all and then go back to town and deal with my secrets.
The secrets that you left your friends to die.
That'll be my new secret. Let's see. I suppose I will run up there.
Okay.
I still have flame in my hand.
Okay.
But I have nothing to throw it at.
I mean, is the structure they're in made of wood?
Burn them all alive.
That's a possibility. But I think as I run by, I'll be like, Blackthorn, do you
Yes.
think you can
I did.
take out the
I ended up getting a blue Yeti just because
the
that's
Cock
what
Man and
my local Best Buy had. It's
get these
confusing. It's overwhelming.
whatever's
but it's here.
pulling it to halt?
Thank you, by the way, for your help earlier.
And then that will be my turn.
Okay.
I
Kinda-
will still have my flame ready though to throw it if anything pokes its head out of the. If any of the bad guys poke their head out of the cart.
Kadek, how do you respond?
I don't, because I didn't hear any of that. But I am going to reckless attack the little goblin in front of me.
Did I say Kedek? I meant Blackthorn.
No, you said
Oh.
Blackthorn.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I did
Yeah.
say Blackthorn.
Oh,
Okay.
I thought you said Kedek.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I
okay,
was
okay.
just heavily debating whether I wanted to get closer to the to the giant polar bears.
You may be able
I
to
mean-
sense that they're there. Being you, but maybe some of you other people may be a little lost on that.
What a pretty white dog.
But Kedek, what are you doing?
I mean, polar bears could be mean, but they are. If they're pulling it, they could be strapped in and
That always
controlled. Maybe.
That always makes me think of like those people that live like in California or like Colorado that will see like a coyote and think it's like a stray dog and will try to rescue it. Big white dog.
Look at my new kitty, and it's a raccoon.
Yeah. All right, Kedek, who are you killing?
The little guy.
Okay.
And I'm going to do reckless. So
Okay.
I can hit something.
So reckless does what? Remind me.
Gives me advantage, but also gives any attacks on me advantage.
So the 17 will hit.
Oh, this guy.
All right. He's dead.
Just brain him.
Just literally just bashed him into the ground. He hurts.
And then I don't want to move too far away from my human shield, so
I don't blame you.
That's okay. I'm not human, anyways.
Goliath shield. There we go. Giant shield. So I will just move on top of the body, I guess. That's it.
Okay. And then Sten, your turn.
All right, let's try this again. Well, can't use action surge anymore until I take another short rest, but still, I will swing at him again.
Okay.
24. That's got a hit.
The 24 hits.
6.
So yeah, you've knocked it down a little bit. Anything else?
That's it.
All right. Christopher.
Can I squeeze by them and like get to there?
Yes.
Okay. 'Cause here's what I want to do. I want to like go here, stab him, and then disengage and leave. Like a whoop 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 stab.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is that doable? Okay.
That's exactly what it's used for.
Beautiful. All right. Is it sneak attack when they're near?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Does he have flanking too?
I am going to give you the flanking. I'm trying to put him there. Like, that's where he would be. Like, you were angling. So, like, if I could put him there, I would. So, I'm giving it to him.
Then stab with a rapier.
Okay.
Why did that roll that way?
Well, it gave you the bless, and then you must have disadvantage toggled.
I did.
But the 22 will hit.
The bless is the flanking bonus. We made a thing for it.
Oh, that's right. Okay, cool. So the 24 will hit. Oh yeah, because bless isn't a +2. It is
That's a D4.
I always just assume it's 2. So you did 13 damage to it?
Yes, I did 7 + 6 damage to it, and I know math.
Wow. Okay.
I'm really I run a business. Is that sad or what?
It is sad. And I always like my way of doing the math is when I see like 6 and 7, like two numbers together, I'm like 6 + 6 is 12 + 1 is 13. I literally do that in my head every single time I see it.
Oh, that's a good way to do it.
And then you're disengaging back to the corner.
Yes.
All right. Yep, you can do that.
Like boop.
Blackthorn.
Let's see. I'd like to kind of. I can't. They're up in the cart, so I can't see whatever's going on inside, right?
Correct. You can hear shuffling, and like there's been enough movement that like it's kind of swaying a little bit. But that's it.
Okay. I think I'm gonna creep around the cart here.
Okay.
But I definitely want to be quiet, just for whatever might be up front.
Okay. Yeah, no, you can, and with that, you can definitely see the polar bears.
Okay. Maybe get up about there.
Yeah. And kind of getting that close, even being quiet, a polar bear just kind of like is trying to turn its head to look at you, but isn't able to kind of pull that far off of the like a harness.
Okay. But I'd like to try and use my action to just kind of hide around the corner here.
Perfect. Yeah. Do the hide. Roll me that sneak. And don't you're rolling secretly to me, by the way.
Oh,
Just a heads up.
I forgot to change that.
Yeah, you're good.
You're in secrets.
All right. So this first goblin is going to shoot at Kedek, because Kedek is just kind of like dominating this room, and especially in this guy's perspective, like you are standing over the fire, and it is terrifying.
I am your doom.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I'm actually picturing that fire just throwing the glow
Yeah.
across
Like
the
with
front
you guys
of Kedek.
swaying it too, so it's like it is going. It's almost like the ocean, kind of flowing with the rocking back and forth. And there's enough like wind from outside too that's adding to this whole like terrible scene. And with its fear, it totally misses, and then it jumps off the platform. And you guys don't see it.
Would I see it? Probably not.
Probably not. Would you be actively looking that direction, or would you be more or less worried about looking up?
I was more worried about stuff poking its head out the back.
That's what I kind of figured.
But yeah, I probably wouldn't be able to see that. If I go from my furthest corner to his furthest corner, I wouldn't be able to see. So
Yeah, and so with that, he's basically gone. And then this other, what's that?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought I heard Jordan trying to say something. And then the nicely dressed, it is still terrified of Kedek, seeing Kedek bash in the goblin's skull a minute ago. It's going to attack at you. For 9, that will miss. As it's running away, because it's going to disengage. It's nimble escape, and it's gonna drag its scimitar on the ground, and it's just enough that the fire where it was setting on falls to the bottom of the of this cart and just kind of bursts. So it's clearly a self-destruct mechanism, if you will, and then it leaps down. Jordan, what are you paying attention to?
I'd say I'd be peeking around the corner here.
So what you see
Polar bears.
is you see a goblin kind of leap down, doesn't say anything, and immediately slashes the 2 ropes that are harnessed these 2 polar bears into the cart, and then dashes off into the blizzard.
Okay.
Well, that was easy.
So yes, give me 30 seconds. Yes, D&D, man. I don't pay attention to anything. Yes, I'm sorry, Red. I've been playing around with different stuff. I'm kind of using tonight as a test. I moved too much around for D&D, leaning back. I was talking with Zone and Hoke earlier, and it's going to be getting used to. So I apologize, guys. That's why it's the title. It says what it says. But thanks for the information. Okay. So yeah, I'm good. we'll clear combat there. The two goblins were able to escape, but now polar bears are kind of roaming a little free on top of you, and there's a fire. So I don't want to be in turn combat. I just kind of want to know what you guys are doing to this situation.
Can I put out the fire?
How would you go about doing so?
Pull out some skins, and if it's small enough to smother.
Absolutely, you can try. Absolutely, you can try.
Cool. Do you want me to roll something?
Do I want you to roll something? Survival. Surprisingly enough, yeah, you're able to get several of the flames out without causing like complete structural damage, but it is for insurance purposes totaled.
So I'm curious about the hawk.
Oh, thank you. Because it's a blizzard, I couldn't do the things that he would have done.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it was sitting there off to the side. Thank you. It is when the goblin boss runs away, the hawk swoops over, lands on the shoulders, and is leaving with the goblin boss. So Kedek, so again, I'm super distracted, and I apologize to you guys. So Kedek, you jump down to kind of get the flames, correct? You're down on the first floor?
Yes.
And then Sten and Christopher, what are you guys doing while that is happening?
I think did I see where the guy ran off to? Because he all did it one fluid motion.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, it would be like the fluid motion. It was just, it kind of happened, and then if you kind of got up to him, it would be like I'm watching a lot of Star Wars stuff. It's that classic, like, just got away, like just out of sight, like he's just out of reach, like he, turned the corner, and it's a busy street, and you're like, oh shit, where'd he go?
Okay, so there's no there wasn't a chance to go like grab him or anything. It was like a smoke bomb moment.
More or less a smoke bomb moment is kind of like how I'm playing it. However, if you want to go chase him, go chase him.
I'm probably gonna try.
Okay. So while Kedek jumps down, you're gonna jump down and pursue him as well.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. So you're giving chase. Sten, what are you doing?
I'm gonna kind of go over here and poke my head out. And do I see Elijah over there?
You do. Yeah, he's just standing there anxiously waiting, maybe almost
I was waiting for somebody to poke their head out of
right at your face.
Elijah, we took care of the goblins, but they ran away.
Oh, what? I didn't see any of them run away. Oh, so we have control of the cart and the livestock.
Was there any livestock in here, or?
Was pulling the cart.
Oh, I don't.
I can't think of the name of it right now. What that's called? Words fail me at this moment.
I mean, they're not horses. They're not horses. So what do you call them?
Just whatever animals are.
Beasts of burden.
Yeah, I guess.
The hauling animal.
I'm not sure if Sten saw the little hauling animals or not, but he was kind of focusing on following Kedek, so
Does anyone need any healing up there? Or are we okay for now?
So at this point, Christopher has jumped off and chased into the blizzard. Kadek is downstairs with small furs tapping at fire. So I don't know if Kadek wants to respond. Yeah.
I think he's coming in just a sec.
Oh,
Had to grab something.
you're good.
Jibba what?
So Elijah is basically asking you if you guys need.
I mean,
Is everybody okay? Is there any need for healing at the moment, or are we secure for now?
I didn't get hit, so I'm good.
I'm fine. Just want to
What I've
get the
seen,
fire under control as much as I can, and then start trying to grab anything of value out of here before, because it's not completely under control, right? Like it's still gonna burn down.
It's gonna like smolder a little bit. Like you're basically stopping it from just completely being
engulfed.
but after a while you're able to realize that like this is you're saving something that maybe doesn't need to be saved. Like you've saved your friends.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna like ransack the place real quick, see if there's anything of value in here, or if the other cart was the only one that was actually important.
Would Elijah have seen Christopher run off?
Again, I'm kind of ruling it no, because you didn't notice the goblins running off because you were waiting for that moment of battle, and then Sten popped his head out shortly after, and I'm sure you would have been a little distracted by that.
Sounds good.
So my question is on Blackthorn. What are you doing? You see the polar bears have been essentially let go, and they're just kind of roaming a little bit right now. They haven't really made any like real movement.
Here, puppy. Here, puppy.
Exactly. Like they're kind of dogs that don't realize the leash has been taken off of them. You know, they're just kind of like standing around.
Handle your inner Erica. Make friends with the animals.
That's what I'm kind of debating. I am gonna pull out a few rations to have in hand. I kind of want to give them a bit of a berth, not to be right up on them.
Okay.
But I will kind of make myself known to them just enough and toss rations towards them just as I get kind of in their line of sight.
Okay. And then what else are you doing? So you throw the rations at them, and then what do you do?
Simply I'm kind of for now keeping a little bit of a distance, letting them know I'm there, but trying to be as non-threatening as possible.
Okay, give me an animal handling with advantage. Glad you had the advantage.
Me too. But I don't even know if it matters.
We'll find out. Okay, cool. So they're not immediately attacking you. You know, they go and they're starting kind of digging around with the rations. So Kedek is now looking around this cart. Give me an investigation check.
Ah!
So you're rummaging around, and after you're kind of done, you're kind of looking around. They have like the skins that you had that are now burnt. You know, they had a little bit of like water sacks or buckets around, but overall, they didn't have much. Like it is a very just minimalist, big open wooden space. It's warm, it's comfortable, but not like warm, but it's better than being in the blizzard. But there doesn't seem to be anything of value in this at all.
Would I have seen Christopher run off?
Christopher, you immediately ran to the ledge and jumped down, didn't you?
Yeah, I was behind Kedek though, so I probably would have had to brush past him.
Yeah, so here's kind of what I'm thinking, right? So it's kind of, you need to make this own determination for yourself. Josh, by the way. Oh no, that's not Josh. Is it Jordan? Who's eating the chips?
I'm sorry, that was me. I thought I was on mute.
Oh, no, you're good. I was like, it's funny because Jordan's eating chips too because I'm seeing it on the camera. And I was like, one of y'all ain't muted, man. Anyways, so Kedek, it's on you. Kind of like, would you been more focused on Christopher, or would you been more focused on the fire? Like, if you would be paying attention to everything, then sure, like I'll give you that you were paying attention to Christopher jumping away.
I think because it's like we were fighting and I was raging and the blood was pumping, I probably would have been tunnel visioning on whatever I was doing, and what I was doing was putting out the fire. So
okay, but I will say now that the rage has kind of calmed down a little bit, you instead look around and realize there were 3 of you. There's 2 of you now, and no one really kind of seems to know where Christopher went.
And so, like, by hopping down, I'm now back outside, right?
Yeah. You just tell me what you're doing, but yeah, you could be outside.
Do I see anyone over here besides polar bears?
You see polar bears kind of eating, and they immediately stare at you. What do you do?
You said the goblin cut the ropes. Are they still nearby? Like, can I grab them safely, or?
Yes. So what's kind of taken place is, so they've been released. Blackthorn's kind of noticed it, thrown some rations. They, were eating the rations, looked up over at Blackthorn, we're going at the rations, and then you jumped down. And now they're seeing food again.
I want to try to grab the reins and, like, yank on them and be like, no, get back in line. Kind of. Like.
Alpha.
Yeah.
Bad dog. Bad dog.
Give me an animal handling. Yeah, they kind of are whipped back into kind of shape a little bit and stop kind of having any slight form of aggression towards you, and then immediately go back to the rations.
Nice. So I can't see Christopher anywhere. Can I catch his scent?
Give me a perception at disadvantage.
I normally have advantage on smell ones, so is this just a straight roll then?
Yeah, I'll let you have a straight roll on it.
Because of that.
Yeah.
What was it? Perception?
You can do survival.
Yeah, they're the same.
More sense. You get a hint of him. It is not good enough to trace. Just simply because it's a blizzard. Like
Okay.
You smell him, but the trace is just not. It's just not there.
You're pretty sure he's not anywhere close, though.
Yes. Yeah. It's like you were real close to the number. I gave you a pretty almost unattainable number, and you were very, very close.
Do I see any tracks?
Yes. Anybody who's kind of like paying attention can see this tracks because this was moments ago, and they were little goblins scurrying along through. Like you definitely see the goblin tracks, and then you can maybe kind of see his a little spaced out. But they are, because of the blizzard, they are filling in fast.
Okay. I will shout, Blackthorn, take reins! Show no fear. Good luck. And start going, following those tracks.
Why is he yelling dick greens? And I don't know what dick greens are.
The worst side dish.
Christopher, are you proficient in survival?
I don't think so. No.
All right.
Wait. No.
All right. Give me a survival check.
That's not gonna be great.
Bam! Look at that.
It wasn't bad.
You did an 85, but
I am a B student.
You were what you think. You are hot on the trail. You think you are. I'm on them. I'm getting them, and you're at full speed. All right. So what do you guys do? It sounded like Kedek, you wanted Blackthorn to get the reins of the bears. Is that what you were asking?
Yeah, I mean, I just kind of shouted it at them and then dipped. So whether or not he actually did it, I don't know.
Oh, okay. Oh, I get what you're. Oh, I thought you were trying to use them as like hunt dogs or something. I was like, I don't know where you're going with this, but I'm excited.
That would be hilarious. I kind of wish I had thought of it. Fuck. Well,
it's like that old country song "Red." Love got me in here. Love got me. I'm gonna die because of polar bears. All right, so now you were just now going after the tracks.
Yeah,
I love it. Is anybody running with him? It looks like Sin's trying to catch up and be like, "You're making mistakes."
Elijah's just coming around the cart like, what, where's everybody running off to now?
Gotta find our lost friend.
someone take reins. Show polar bears no fear, or they eat you. We find Christopher. Okay.
Right.
Well, I'll be here with the cart then.
Don't get eaten. Okay.
All right. I will head up to the front of the cart and see how gentle these things might be.
So, Blackthorn, are you staying?
Yeah, I'm not moving away from the cart.
Okay. Elijah, as soon as you turn around the corner and get close to these polar bears, roll me an animal handling.
Bum, 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 bum. Ooh, any way I can give myself a guidance?
I think you can guide yourself.
Yeah, I'll allow it. There'll be some instances where I'm like, no, there's no way you would have known to make that check. But this one could be like, oh, like the modder help me. like, guy, give me some guidance. This bear's about to eat me. Like, okay, yeah, I can see that. Because you're basically asking for a modder to help you have these animals not kill you. So I'm cool with that.
Righty. I never added guidance to my extra rolling thing, but I will just roll a d4 for it.
Oh, okay, good. Oh, it's a little sad. Though we're about to have 3 combats going on at the same time. Okay. So Christopher, roll me a D100. Okay. So I'm gonna move you. We're just gonna be in our own little special little zone. So we'll be on the same map, but we'll do it differently. Let's do. It's so hard with this map to like determine different colors. Like what would draw good? Let's try this number. There we go. All right. So this is where you are. You have run up. You're running nice and hard. And as you get up there, thanks for not making a silly comment on that comment. And in the snow. Oh, by the way, so to describe why I made you roll a D100, you got to a point where the tracks separated. So you had to pick a track. I was determining which one you got. And you got the one a little bit nicer dressed. This goblin is notices you, but is laying on all fours. On all fours, but has like a hand like over its chest because probably hasn't had to run outside in a very long time. And it is exhausted, and it's sitting there just kind of breathing heavy. What do you do?
Probably also bleeding from the hips.
Yeah. Yes. Also bleeding. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna go attack it. It's adrenaline time.
So okay, so you're going in full on to kill.
Well, yeah, probably.
No, there's nothing wrong with that.
Well, I mean, morally there is, but I mean, we in a fight. It's adrenaline time.
It is a goblin. So yeah. All right. So approaching it. Let's get initiatives.
You're joking.
Do we need our initiatives too in case
No.
anybody goes running?
This will be several minutes.
Oh, okay.
Because like literally, Kedek was out. Like this is probably taking place when Kedek is realizing the fire's done. So you guys are several minutes out from the opportunity to interject. All right. So the goblin sees you approaching, and you have that look in your eye. Stands up and just charges right at you, and will strike with the scimitar with a 6, and that will miss. And then a 15, will that hit?
Yes.
All right. For 8 slashing damage.
Yikes.
Right across your gut. Getting at you. All right. What do you do?
I forgot. I'm squishy. That was not a good idea.
I think you got, well, maybe not. I was thinking this was the luck of the draw, to be honest with you. I think going up against the full health goblin might have not been as good.
Yeah. But like going up with no friends on anything, I guess it was pretty much a bad choice all over.
We're learning.
We're learning. Well, I'm just dying to keep learning.
So what do you do?
I guess I'm gonna try and stab him.
Okay. Just missed. But what do you do?
I'm gonna disengage.
Okay.
Or can I take a dodge action?
There you go.
You can take a dodge.
I am learning. I'm gonna do that.
A dodge gives what? Disadvantage?
I
Yeah.
believe so.
Yeah, I think so.
Dodge. Combat. Dodge.
So I'm gonna be the wet blanket here. Uncanny or cunning action is dash, disengage, and hide. Hide, not dodge.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
the monk that gets the.
Thank you. Yep.
But one thing you can do, Eric, in the future is bonus action hide beforehand. That will give you advantage and sneak attack.
Oh fuck! Really?
Provided there's something to hide behind.
Yeah.
You're kind
Yeah.
of in the open on this one. You guys are in full on arms attacks with in this blizzard and yeah. I'm so sorry you had just missed. It'll be its turn again.
Well, could
And-
I like it
Yes.
said I couldn't dodge, so could I disengage and then just try to say, "Hold on, I just want to talk."
You absolutely can. Yeah, disengage.
I'm gonna do that.
And then give me like a persuasion if you're trying to persuade him from killing you.
Oh, thank God.
Okay.
I was saved by bullshit. I hope.
Okay. Okay, give me a second here. I'm gonna see if there's anything that I want to do. I wish I was smart enough to be able to rename all these things, or even better yet, be smart enough to read the damn names.
You mean you didn't name your random goblin NPC, Aaron?
Oh no, I did. This one does have a name. But no, the things that it may say.
Oh.
Okay. So you disengaged. I'll move you back kind of a little bit. And the goblin's just gonna be holding its scimitar, and her like dying voice breath. Why you attack us? We just was starving, just like all of you.
Sorry, it was not the. We're happy to feed you. We can help. We just the stuff you took is something that belongs to person whose contract we have. For us to eat, we must fulfill the contract. How about we work together?
Keepers. Those are the old laws. The laws that we follow. We find,
Well-
we keep.
Well, you're starving, right?
So you want to trade for our iron?
Yeah. I mean, you're looking awful bad. You're bleeding, you're hungry. And unfortunately, you seem to have lost your friends, and for that I'm sorry, but I think we can help each other.
Oh my God, we're gonna have a pet kobold or pet goblin.
What help do you offer?
Well, why don't we start with some food and a little healing? Then we could just talk. The iron's yours till you decide that it's not, right? But all we want to do is talk. And right now we're both in pretty bad shape. So I think before we talk, let's heal. And if you're hungry, as a sign of good faith, we'll give you some food.
You bring back Blag? Head smashed. You heal that?
Well, no, unfortunately. Like the old laws, we've seen what they've gotten us, and it wasn't much. But we're here now, so all we have is the choices in front of us. So either, my friends are not far behind me. They're coming. And if we make peace, we can find a way to trade your iron. But if we don't, then this is going to end poorly for all of us. You don't want that any more than I do you?
Okay. I understand. You trade your blog for my blog, and someone from your blog head smashed in.
Okay.
Fair trade.
I guess it's the only fair trade.
Big hairy one. Long nose. Ugly creature. That's the one. That's the one the head smash. You make trade?
Yeah.
The golems of Kar Kolak. We remember this. Okay. You lead the way. Where do we go?
I guess I motion back to have him follow me back where we came from. Like, I mean, can I see the tracks that I just ran? Do I know the direction I just ran?
Yeah, absolutely. Roll me a survival check.
Wow. Oh, fuck. All right.
Yeah, you're pretty positive you know the way to go back.
Well, then I'm going to go that way.
All right. So you're now walking next to this goblin? Okay, cool.
We're totally going to betray.
You mean you're not going to give up Kedek?
No.
That's too bad. Thought I got you.
My honor froze over.
You don't have to share, but how much health did you have left?
4.
Okay. I thought you were just gonna one up and one tap it. Anyways. All right. So Kedek and Sten, roll me a survival check.
All right.
I'm sorry. One of you roll me a survival check. Who would have that survival check been from?
Too late now, but
Well,
let's.
Would it have been with advantage?
No.
Since the other person is helping?
No. I just wanted one from you guys. It's a group roll. Kind of like how you would use Blackthorns, but we don't really use Blackthorns because he can't get lost.
I mean, I would have been following the trail already and not really waiting for anybody to come with me. So I feel like I would have been
I'm
just
good
going.
with that. I'm good with that. Let's get you to roll. Thank you.
Yay,
for rolling.
marginally bitter.
Thank you for rolling when I needed you to roll. I don't necessarily want to run an entire session with you guys lost in the blizzard. Okay. Yeah, you guys are able to follow the trail, and sure enough, off very quickly you are approached, and there is a companion with a small companion.
Can I move up to the square?
Yes. Sorry, I'm hearing Walker scream from the vents. I'm trying to tell she can bring it up if she wants to. So yeah, we'll say we'll move these guys up. She doesn't really trust you. So she's kind of walking off a little to the side. But as you guys get closer, she goes, big, ugly, hairy one. Go bash his head. We're fair. You have iron ingots. You killed my blob.
Who you calling big and hairy?
No, it's true. I'm big. I hear you.
Points.
Well, okay, Caddick, come here and let me bash your head in.
What do you mean bashing head? Christopher, what you doing?
Well, come here. Just come here.
Yeah, we'll come up next to him.
I will I'll give Caddick a quick wink, and I'm gonna go try to stab me a goblin.
Okay. You'll have a surprise round.
Okay.
I'll let you even have advantage because she's not expecting it. She's anxious to see her lover be avenged.
Can I get up there when I see Cadet start walking?
Yeah, I'll let you approach. But she would tell you to know only him. So before we even got to that, would you continue approaching? Would you insist, or would you follow her demands?
I would insist.
Okay, so we got to backtrack a little bit if you guys are fine with that.
Yeah.
Okay, how
So
would she?
then I'm
Because she's now
here.
losing control of the situation.
I guess when would that have been? Because I wouldn't move over until like I gave Kedek the signal that I'm about to strike. And if Sten just like rushes in there, I think I would see that would throw her off guard, and rather than try to stab her, I'd probably try and use a short bow or something to hit her at this range rather than try and run up.
Do you have your short bow like out and ready though?
No, I don't have any. Oh, I would probably have, but I still have the rapier.
I would say like I'm fine with you having like the rapier, or at least like you're quick draw enough to go in. But if you're trying to like sneak and you like pull out your short bow and arrow, she gonna see every bit of that orchestrate, and then it's not.
Okay, then I guess it would be a stab moment then, because I wanted whatever one I'm the quickest with. I would know.
Yeah, for sure. Your rapier. Okay, so Sten's approaching, and you're kind of seeing the situation starting to slowly get out of hand, and that's when you'll make your strike.
Yeah, I'll actually go stand, wait, and rush over to him, and then take a like I would immediately dash over and like I'm running to him, and then in the one motion take out my rapier and just lunge at her and stab her instead.
Interesting.
But if he's running at it, I'm like gonna try and pretend like I'm gonna stop him just to get just that half a second.
Yeah. No, I like that. So like you're kind of going, you're using it as a true sleight of hands to get at her. Roll that with that advantage. Your attack with advantage.
It's from this distance. Is it a sneak attack or not?
I'm giving you the sneak. You'll get sneak attack when you have advantage. So when you roll with
okay.
You'll get it.
Cool.
If honestly, damage. Yep. So yep, you get her, and you get her right where you going for her?
Oh, the throat.
Yeah, you hit the throat immediately. Roll that damage. Roll that beautiful beam damage. Yeah, and she's just like betrayal. Just face down in the snow.
I'm gonna whisper as she's bleeding out. I tell your clan now.
Oh my god, that's sad. Wow. With that note, let's take a quick 2-3 minute break. I'm gonna run upstairs real quick. I'm gonna check on Walker and my wife and make sure everything is fine. Just so because it's almost 11 o'clock and I want her to be able to get some sleep. So I will be right back.
How about that local sports team?
Much sports.
Great weather we're having. I was thinking Stin was going to block the attack or intercept. If y'all would have walked that goblin all the way back to the thing, Elijah would have healed him, or healed her.
Well, it's her fault she's dead, really, because like all she had to do was just chill. But if she was gonna have to push for me killing my friend, I mean, at that point, well, why are you killing yourself?
Goblins are stupid.
Stupid goblin.
Never got her name though.
Nope.
Well, tried to talk. Now she can't breathe. So.
So, there, Blackburn, how about them bears, huh?
Calmly feeding them. Not get mauled to death. Because he threatened me the other night with killing my character, so.
You brought him back.
Now we have pack animals for our cart that's back at the.
No, I mean, like last night he threatened to kill my character.
Yeah, we haven't gotten there quite yet. Let's wait till you get back into town. Okay, so. Oh, that's so funny. Hang on. Alexa, show me Walker's room. Alexa, show me
What?
Walker's room.
What?
Fine. God.
I know. Well, sometimes you gotta like get at her. Okay. Okay, cool. I just need to keep an eye on it. I think it's my refrigerator in my closet that is like doing like just like the compressor like squeak sometimes, and I'm like, I think it's Walker. I thought he was crying earlier, but I went upstairs. He's not anywhere, and she's not up. So hopefully, I'm not in trouble yet. I probably am. Anyways, okay. So you guys are there, and she's bleeding out. What do you two do? Seeing this,
Bleeding out or dead?
like she's dead.
Okay. Looter. Tag it and bag it, boys.
Wow. All right, give me an investigation check. I love it. Slit the throat, bag it, and tag it is what you tell me.
I was thinking too, didn't you have that one campaign where that girl like raised holy hell because she didn't want to kill the goblins? Meanwhile, we're just like, fuck it.
Yeah, and I had to tell her like, yes, obviously, if you could try to talk to them to get information, that's great, but they're lawful evil creatures that are running around murdering you. Like you're doing a good thing. Like it's okay to just murder hobo the goblins, but like sometimes there are good goblins, but these are actively attacking the village or whatever it was. Oh yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, they took over an entire like stronghold. And like we're killing people and had them enslaved in a cave. And she's like, I don't think we should kill them. I think we should let them go so they can do it to the next village. Anyways, you have 2 potions of animal friendship.
Oh.
You have a pouch that contains 13 silver and 25 copper.
Beef. It's what's for dinner. It's what's for dinner.
What the heck? Oh. Thanks, Jordan. That was really weird, though. I had everything give it to me twice.
What the
And she had a scimitar, right?
Yes, and it would have been a scimitar as well. And then there's also a bone whistle on her.
Bone what?
Bone whistle.
I blow it.
You get a boner.
You get a boner?
Sick.
Okay, that's probably a better whistle than what you got. But yes, yeah, you get the bone whistle. It doesn't
Okay.
it doesn't give you a boner. It does maybe make you happy because you think it
Hello?
would be worth one silver. But that is all. All right, so you guys are just bagging and tagging and turning around and walking back.
I guess. I mean, there was no iron anywhere.
No, not on her.
I'm gonna bring the body with me.
Oh, okay. Just gonna like tie a rope to her feet and drag her.
I mean, I'm a giant mammoth dude carrying a goblin. I don't think that's.
It's more like a
I need to
suitcase
drag a corpse or
situation.
anything.
Going to the other two now, Blackthorn and Elijah. You guys are just kind of hanging out. Got some polar bears. Got a bunch of dead goblin bodies all over the place. What are you doing?
I'd pretty much just be keeping an eye on the polar bears. If they got to a point where they were finishing up the rations, I'd toss a couple more, but I'd kind of toss them a little further out, just to kind of give them a little bit of distance.
Yes. So the rations last for about a minute.
Okay.
So they will take every ration you give them.
Blackthorn, do you think we should see about securing them to the other sled? This one is in bad shape.
I'm not sure if I want to put my hands on them as they are.
Still very hungry.
Looking like a snack.
It would definitely help with pulling the iron, but
Would you happen to have any of the berries left over? That would.
so maybe
would,
check a.
that would, in a sense, fill them up. It should give them enough nourishment for the.
I was wondering about that. Send me the spell.
Absolutely. Bum, 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 bum.
It's like if there was like a hungry dragon and you wanted to like feed it, just give him one little berry and he's
A creature can use eating a berry restores hit. Berry provides nourishment to sustain.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. Yeah, that's hilarious.
I'm actually going to edit it and enter in that it's 4 hit points.
Hey, there you go.
I've got both of my berries. The next like batch of rations I throw to them, I'll throw a berry with it.
Okay.
Like hiding a pill and
dog
peanut butter.
Like the first bear doesn't notice, eats it, but the other one notices and is like, "There's shit in this food. Nope, not doing it." You have to walk up,
finds a way to eat everything else.
Blackthorn shoving it down its throat. He's trying to give a dog a
They do that thing where they like spit it out the side of their mouth. Just
Gotta get it all the way back there.
rubbing their throat. Come on.
Yeah.
Blowing his nose.
That's what you two walk. That's what you three walk into. Is you guys like crowding over a bear, and like one of the other bears is like trying to like choke it up. No, it'd be funny if that was happening. But anyways, so yeah, you're able to do so, and they kind of seem to be satisfied. As you guys are walking back, everyone's kind of noticed the wind has died down and the snow is slowing a good bit. So you probably are towards the end of the blizzard, and I will say the blizzard condition is over with.
Nice. I was gonna go into the cart, grab the other goblin, and then throw both of the bodies to the bears.
Oh, okay. They just kind of look at him.
Eat?
He's kind of like very like animated bear, like plop its butt down, kind of like starts licking its paws.
Oh, they're not truly hungry anymore, Kedek. We fed them a couple berries.
Oh, okay. We save for later. And I wrap them up in a doggy bag.
To go.
All right.
Berry bag.
And then, so don't forget, you still have the 6 other goblins that are off to the ingots. So, what is y'all's plans with them, with the ingots, with the bears? What are you guys doing?
Well, if there's nothing in this cart, can we hook up the bears to the other one?
You should be able to finesse that.
Have them pull that one instead? Because if there's nothing in that first one, then we don't care.
Yeah, no, it's like a mobile home for them. So yeah, you guys could walk the bears over, hook them up, and start leading them down south, if that's what you guys would like to do.
Yeah.
Elijah would like to pile the bodies into the partially burned cart, set it back afire.
Okay.
Say a little prayer for the fallen.
A little prayer for you.
Exactly what I was thinking.
We have the same brain. It's fine.
Forever.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what else do you guys do?
Bears.
Kedek and Kristoff look a little worn, correct?
I'm almost dead. Well, I mean, like, yeah, I'm bad.
I'm fine.
Elijah will cup his holy symbol, utter a small prayer.
Cup his holy symbol. Sorry.
He'll cup his holy symbol, utter a small prayer, and divide 10 hit points between the two of them as far as whoever needs it. Probably give at least 7 to Christopher and 3 to Kedek. Christopher looks worse off.
Sounds good.
I'm also squishier, so like I could make more out of less.
I'm just mentally picturing like a Michael Jackson cleric whose holy symbol is like his codpiece, and he like spins around and grabs it and he casts his spells and shit.
The Church of Hee Hee.
I cast ignorance.
Okay.
Has the familiar spell. Come
His
on,
spiritual weapon is a blanket.
Which is an actual human being. It's really funny.
Yeah, no, it's not an actual blanket. Like, it's a child.
Oh, God.
Wait. What?
I don't know about
Michael Jackson cleric.
Oh.
I'm
over here reading the next
From the
little thing
Church of
I
Hee Hee.
have. Oh my gosh.
It's probably best that you were done in that.
You can't leave the people that you have on stream alone.
I learned that yesterday. Come back and you guys are sitting there talking politics. I'm like, I was gone for 3 minutes. Jordan, do I need to delete the VOD?
The only problem is that cleric's more susceptible to fire damage.
The last one you came into was the more mild of all of the other topics. So you determine whether the beginning of that VOD was worth.
Oh my god. Anyways, so you guys are able to drop the bears and you're starting to walk south. What's kind of like the marching order? How are you guys doing this? Is there some on the cart? Are you all walking next to it? Are you leading the bears? How are you doing this?
Elijah will probably be walking beside the cart.
Yeah, the bears are pulling a lot of weight with that iron, so I'm going to walk next to it.
Okay. But keeping a distance away from the bears.
I mean, yeah. I made friends with them. I think I showed them. I'm the alpha.
All right. So we got Elijah and Kedek next to the cart. Here, let me just kind of put them to the cart. Right. Where would you guys be? Show me on the cart.
No one's moving their token.
I know.
I'm getting ready to.
Kidding.
I'm sorry. Oh, there you go. I was like, I'm over here cleaning up the map, and I'm like, nobody's doing anything.
Christopher's like the hell with this walking shit.
Kedek, oh, so wait, you're walking next to the bears? Because I moved you, and we moved each other at the same time.
Me?
Yeah, did you want to move yourself? I'm so sorry.
Yeah, where'd I go?
Because you're on top of the
You're right up
cart
next.
there.
You're right up
I
next
was
to the
moving you because you had said something, and then it moved again, so I figured you were repositioning, and I messed you up.
Oh, I think we were moving both of us
Oh, is that what I did?
at the same time, and then I grabbed mine and was moving mine.
Yeah, something had happened, and I'm an idiot. So, anyways, all right. So your marching orders. Get rid of that.
Yeah, I'll be up front and maybe like as we're going, trying little things to make friends with the bears, like snapping off a goblin finger and offering it.
God, you're macabre.
Okay. So after about 30 minutes of walking and clear skies or clearer skies, make sure to turn it down because it sounds terrible with Walker screaming in the background, moaning in his sleep. I'm sure it's a really good train dream. Give me a perception from everyone. So Blackthorn, this is not the first time you've heard this noise. You guys are still about an hour and a half ish outside of Bryn Shander, and you are pretty positive, Blackthorn. You have heard. I'm trying to see here. Oh gosh, it's gonna be a long one for me. You are pretty positive you hear the most fearsome predator in all of Icewind Dale.
Eddie.
It is a white dragon.
Oh.
That is known to not so much attack humans, but hunts for food in the tundras.
And it sounds like it's getting pretty close.
Yeah, you heard kind of the very feared like roar of a dragon, and you're not able to put complete eyes on it, but you're kind of hearing the whoosh, whoosh, whoosh of the dragon. Do you guys hear Walker crying?
Yes.
A little bit.
I have to go get him. What do you do?
Unless you guys can cut the bear or hide the bears, cut them loose. We need to get cover.
Wait,
I hear a dragon, and it's probably hunting.
I'm gonna.
Were there any skins on the cart, or was the cart have a cover that we could like cover the bears with?
This
At
cart
least
is
one of them.
a basic wood cart with shit ton of iron ingots.
I will try to take a blanket out of my pack to cover the iron ingots, just so
Okay.
they're not as shiny appealing. Maybe.
Okay. Yeah. Probably cover a good quarter of it.
Do we want to cut the bears loose? Because they might just dip. Yeah, fuck it. Me and Sten can pull it the rest of the way if we gotta.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Because if
what
the
if we-
dragon
what if we-
takes the bears, then it takes the cart.
Yeah. So I'm gonna start unhooking them from their harness and stuff, and make sure that there's nothing like standing out against their fur, and that they can blend into the snow if they need to.
Okay.
I guess Elijah will try to preserve the life of the bears and try to get them to lay down in the snow.
Okay.
Now that they've been cut loose.
They're just kind of staring at you as they are
Come on.
walking
Come on,
together,
come on.
still as if they were pulling something.
Blackthorn, what direction?
Was they able to kind of pinpoint a direction, or?
Not really able to pinpoint a direction. It's there was just a blizzard, so
Yeah.
you're not seeing a star or nothing in the sky. It is clearly the dragon is somewhere in the clouds.
Can I start putting snow on top of the cart or piling up snow in a way that might like camouflage us from above?
Absolutely, you can. Yeah, for sure. I would even argue that even in like a normal dungeon kit, like a shovel of some sort would be a required kind of like tool. So you could easily have like a little shovel that to kind of shovel it up and start working on that.
You know, what's interesting is Sten actually knows a little bit about white dragons, or at least the history of it.
Okay.
Yeah, apparently a long time ago, my clan actually fought a white dragon, and the whole the crag that they live in is actually has the bones of a white dragon there. That's still there.
Give me a history check.
My cousin was a white dragon, but he in jail now.
Oh, no.
Okay. You do remember hearing stories of this one as well, as it is. The tidbit of information you remember is the oldest dragon in the area is a white dragon, and it would be in an area such as this hunting.
So basically, don't really know much other than there's a dragon in this area.
Yeah, unfortunately, like you couldn't recall more specific information about it, but knowing that the oldest dragon in the area is a white dragon is useless information. So you guys are piling up snow, kind of covering it with some of the blankets and stuff that you would have. Keep thinking what else you're going to do. I'm going to try to run up into Comfort Walker real quick. I apologize, guys. He's
Me as Jordan doesn't want the bears to die.
Me as Blackthorn needs them to die. All right, it's a character decision.
It's one of those it's them or us kind of thing.
Yeah. I have a feeling we're not bears, but I do want to try to get these bastards to lay down.
That might help with kind of calming them down or trying to get them to listen at least.
I mean, didn't you guys just pick up a couple potions of?
I literally just remembered those two. What is that? What does that spell do?
Animal friendship.
I mean, depending on how desperate you are to save the polar bears. I mean, I don't know how often that spell will come in handy either. But
I don't have those potions. Somebody else must have got
well, Keddick
Coming
and
for it.
Sten and
Oh, okay.
Christopher, they got it off of that well-dressed goblin.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it lets you convince the beast you mean it no harm, but like I don't think we can like explain the situation to them or anything.
Can't like kind of charm them. Essentially, is what I was hoping.
Well, it does charm them, but it'll just make them friendly to us.
Well, that'll be useful to keep them from getting eaten by a dragon.
Well, if they're just
Speak
gonna keep
with
hunking
animals would have
around.
been really good.
Or if when the dragon shows up, they freak out and book it.
Well, that just might attract his attention more.
Yeah, that might not be a bad thing completely.
I mean, if they get aggressive to us, I think these will be a good thing for you.
But for now, we'll just have to see if the dragon murders them or not.
No
Yep.
sense in spilling potion on dead bear.
All right. Yeah, he was moaning. He had to go potty. So I took him, and then I got him back in his bed. And he goes, "I have lots of shortcuts." I was like,
Mm.
"Okay." And he goes, "And there's a few long cuts." I was like, "Well, don't take those." So, if you guys
Wise.
decided anything else on what you want to do?
We were debating if we would use one of those potions we just got, but it doesn't look like animal friendship would do what we need it to do.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
I wonder how tore up the DM really is about his players getting 2 bears or not.
Well, no. So, in my defense, I was sitting in my truck. That sounds really creepy because I'm outside of a school. I'm sitting outside my unmarked white van reading my Dungeons and Dragons book and trying to like foreshadow and like put things together. I'm like, okay, oh, this is pretty cool. I'm going to add this. So this is not just because you guys are walking around with 2 bears. I had this planned and I was like, okay, when am I going to have what's going to happen? And I needless to say, this is not how I envision this, but I've ran an encounter before where they were in a like a caravan in the desert with camels, and a sandstorm was approaching, and they had X amount of minutes in real life to like basically do what they could do to like survive the sandstorm and take minimal loss. So it's reminding me of that. So I'm kind of like, okay, so I'm giving you guys some time to do what you think will do to handle what may or may not come to you, and I am enjoying it. So what else have you guys decided?
Elijah's still gonna try to get the bears to lay down. I'll scratch behind its ear, whatever I need to do.
Give me an animal handling with advantage.
Love me, bear. Love me.
And I'm gonna give myself guidance.
Yeah.
Because I know I'm trying. Really. With advantage, you said?
Yeah. Good thing. It's a good thing we had the advantage. Yeah, you get one to lay down.
Um,
The other one now just kind of sitting there next to you.
crap. I'm debating, is one enough? Or should I leave it and try to go to the other one? This one, like trying to herd cats, if this one's going to end up standing up when I try to go to the other one. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get the other one to lay down too.
Okay. Kedek, you're still tossing snow, right? Christopher, what are you doing?
Yes.
If there's a dragon in place, I'm probably gonna try and help get as
Okay.
much of that done as quick as possible.
Yep, absolutely. You guys
I'm
walk
not
around.
helping
just-
no bears.
He just wants to stay close to where he can jump underneath the blanket of snow.
Blackthorn, what are you working
You shush.
I'm gonna keep my back up against the iron, but I'm gonna look up in the sky and try to keep an eye out for dragon.
Okay. Sten, what are you working on? Or doing or not doing?
So Kedek's basically trying to bury the bear, basically, right? Or is he just trying
No,
to bury the?
the cart. Putting snow on top of the blanket so it blends in with the snow.
Oh, I can help with that.
I mean, polar bears dig dens into the snow, so if they'll let me bury them, I'll do that too.
All right. So just wanted to kind of get an idea. So, Elijah, you are now approaching your next bear, Blackthorn. You see the dragon swoop out from underneath the dark gray and white clouds, and it just kind of hovers underneath it, and very crow-like starts to circle you. Do you say something?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna. Guys, it's above us. Better make sure its attention's not going to be drawn to you.
What? I'm sorry, I'm back.
Time to
Dragon
hide.
is circling you like a vulture.
More specific,
It's-
probably Kedek needs to
Yep. I'm gonna just
hide himself.
dive under, find the biggest mound of snow and just dive into it.
See, it wasn't me. Well, I'm gonna do the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, with my equipment though, it already looks. My equipment was already made to look like snow, so I have a better probably chance of hiding though.
Okay. The dragon goes in for a dive. I have Kedek hiding in the snow. Everyone else kind of like hiding as well.
Yeah.
Elijah, you are actively petting a polar bear right now. What are you doing?
I am laying next to the polar bear that's laying down.
Okay.
God, I know this is stupid, but
Could be stupid. What are you gonna do? What are you doing?
it actively looks like it's coming down for a dive for us, correct?
Be honest with you, you probably don't hard know that. I mean, unless Blackthorn is yelling like it's coming in, but like it's coming in.
if I see it, I'm debating on whether or not I think that a poof of flame would detour it, or
Cracked it.
just betting on pulling up my shield. My shield is somewhat white because of the holy symbol, the white background, the gloves, and then the red ribbons. But that's what I'm kind of tossed between.
It's coming in. You see it. What do you do?
I grab hold of the bear, the harness on the bear, and I pull the shield up over my head.
So you're like next to the bear with harness and shield, and you're just like holding on.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm gonna need a strength save from you.
Uh-oh, you got grabbed.
So
I
here's
think the bear got grabbed.
here's what's happened. So the dragon circling sees an opportunity, swoops down, maybe gets spooked by something, or who knows, right? But it cuts off, right? And it kicks back up, but the polar bears know now that there is this much bigger predator after them, and the survival instincts kick in, and you are not able to hold on to the bear as the bear takes off running, and they are just darting in complete opposite directions. What do you guys do now?
Elijah gets dragged up to about here.
Yeah. Elijah gets a little dragged. It's not enough to like hold on. Like, you're just like, yeah, you're taking for a nice little ride.
I mean, it doesn't go after a bear. I'm the next best thing, so I'm staying put.
Yeah, well, I don't want to die either, so I'm staying.
Okay. So the people that are kind of watching this happen is Blackthorn, Sten, and Elijah.
Yeah, my shoulder's hurting a bit, and I'm just laying in the snow watching these bears run off.
So one bear takes off in one direction, heading west. The other bear heads east. The bear heading east stops. The dragon just plops right in front of it. Fire breath right over the bear. Bear drops. Dragon takes it. Swoops. Goes straight into the sky.
So that wasn't a white dragon at all, then.
Do white dragons not have a fire?
They have
weapon?
frost.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, sorry, frost.
Cone
Sorry, it would be
of cold.
a cone of cold. Is what it would be. Sorry.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
it's still fire breath, but yeah, no, it was a white dragon.
Oh, okay.
It was spearmint.
From that distance and the way the light hit it, it looked like fire.
Yes, it's a breath. So then my question is: those that were paying attention, give me a perception check.
Give you a perception check.
Yes, to see if you saw something else about this encounter.
Whoops. Sorry about that. I still had my
Guidance.
guidance on, but
Probably
Man.
wouldn't
it
get-
was not supposed to have guidance. I would not have had a guidance.
You wouldn't have had the guidance, but you had the 22.
I do have the 22.
So as you were laying there, let me see. I thought I saw something here. I'll go back down to handouts. You're not 100% sure, but you are pretty positive that you saw this drake have a rider on it.
Ooh.
And as quickly as it came and terrified the shit out of you, it is gone. So is one of
Speaking
you.
of which, do we have an extra set of pants?
Seeing how Sten is usually out and about, I will ask Sten. Did anybody else see a rider? Sten, do you know of maybe a clan or something that rides white dragons?
No, we fight them. We don't, or at least back then we fought them because they were, attacking us. But we don't go out and pick fights with them though. The death sentence.
I think I saw a rider on the back of that dragon, but I'm not certain. I've never seen a dragon that close up before.
Yeah, I don't think I have either.
So what do you guys do?
The other bear gone.
I mean, you can go chase after it, but it is a polar bear in full sprint.
Kind of like the wings of the dragon. It's got like wyvern-like wings, but it has 4 legs though.
Yeah, it is. A terrifying.
This, I mean, I assume polar bears run fast because I do not see it anymore.
That's what I'm looking at. Whether or not you guys would. Yeah, they have a land speed of 40. So the one polar bear is just running for dear life.
Is the dragon gone?
You're not hearing or seeing the presence of it anymore.
I'd probably kind of stay in my spot for a little while longer until I was absolutely sure it is gone.
Yeah. After a minute or two of you guys laying in the snow, you don't hear it anymore. Again, not the encounter I drew up earlier today.
And it's gonna burst out of the snow and it's like, well, I think it's clear, guys.
Okay, so just if everybody else is getting out of the snow, I'm gonna definitely wait till everyone else is moving around.
I will pop back out of the snow and we'll shoot.
Well, so I have good news. Stan and Getty could totally pull and drag this without any issues.
Well,
Hey,
it appears as
Largeville.
our pack animals have left.
It was super clever. I almost wanted to let you guys keep the bears. But I was super excited about introducing this creature of the north. I was like, yeah, I'm still gonna run the encounter.
It's fine. I pull Carthagen.
Yeah.
Well, I will walk from behind and push as much as I can. See no sense in you all taking upon the full burden.
You're not better than me, you know.
I would never think of such a thing.
Maybe
will
just a
say
little
it.
bit better than you.
All right. But yeah, you guys are able to, with just time, you know, not any extra hardship, easily be able to drag it back into Bryn Shander.
Take it back to the church, right? That's where the dwarf was.
They were in
The town hall.
They were in the
Town
town hall.
Yeah.
Head back that way.
Okay. So you guys are able to take it all the way back. Is that just your first?
Yeah.
First
Yeah,
stop,
I mean,
you
I-
just take it straight to it.
Yeah, we don't want to drag that around everywhere.
Oh yeah.
We definitely don't want to just leave it laying around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't want anything to happen to it. Better to give it to them, and if anything happens afterwards, that's on them.
Okay. So again, you guys get back. You find the three dwarfs. The one, the female that kind of does all the talking, which is missing her right ear. And you're also able to notice she's missing two fingers. There's another one who stares silently, doesn't talk, and has lost three fingers and a nose. And then the other one, who is still Blackthorn, you'll have noticed that he is looking out, constantly terrified, looking to the sky, and is just in fear. Is the general perception you get from him. They are all outside when you guys approach.
So, question:
Yeah.
the one without the nose, is it the same one from the bar? No.
Was the bar here?
Yeah, the North Look. Yeah, the Goliath that Tedic fought. It's from my clan. He pointed at a dwarf in there with no nose. He said he was a disgrace.
No, it was not.
Oh, okay.
So as you approach, she's gonna look at you, Blackthorn. Looks like you made quick work of it. How'd you find it so fast?
I can navigate around the snow fairly well.
She just kind of smiles. That's a useful trick around here.
Pretty much my job around here. Gotta know how to get around.
Well, as we promised. And she hands over a pouch filled with 5 bloodstones, all worth 50 gold each.
Mm.
We really appreciate it. We hope it wasn't too much trouble.
Nope. There were a few goblins trying to take off with it, but we handled them. If you're going back out north, or
What of the
back
Yeti?
to, we didn't encounter any Yeti. We did find the spot where it ambushed you, but it wasn't there anymore. The worst we saw was on our way back. A dragon was out hunting, but it
As
got
soon
its
as
food
you
and
say
left.
dragon, the one that's been terrified literally books it. And she just goes, "Ah, son of a! Why did you, Storn, Storn?" And she just has to chase after Storn, and he is gone, because that is literally what that character was terrified of. So she's booked it, and you have just the one guy missing his nose, just looking at you, and he just says, "What of Ubak?"
Who what now?
Is that
I'm
the
assuming that his was their buddy.
is that the body we found?
Yeah. Unfortunately, what was left wasn't much.
He just kind of like sighs, turns, and walks inside.
All right, guys, job done. We got our money.
Job's done.
Good team.
Well, I mean, we technically still own a cart, or we have a cart. Maybe try to purchase an oxen or something to travel with. Unless of course, Black Rat would fare better just traveling on foot.
Trying to see if this gives me prices for certain things of that nature.
I myself have always traveled by foot, but if you were to get a creature to pull the cart, you'd want something that would last.
I was gonna say it's something you need to feed, but apparently
Good berries.
you made a broken character.
Do what?
I said, but apparently you made a broken character.
Also, it helps to have dragon snacks available at any given moment.
I'm sorry I broke my character. I should have taken the lucky feet.
Look, we're not getting a helm of teleportation this time around. We got good berries.
We got good berries.
Honestly, if I didn't have that one NPC who had talked about being terrified of the dragon, and me looking ahead for later chapters, you guys probably would have ended up with 2 polar bears, because I wouldn't have had any way to kind of slow that progression down. I'm like, dang, 2 little encounters I do. You guys end up with a cart, and then the next one a freaking way to pull it. Oh.
But this is the point. I mean, it's always night, but this is where it's getting like night.
Yes, yeah, you guys are definitely towards the end of the day. The town is kind of quieted down, and everyone's in for the night.
Well, I suppose we should get rest. We do have an open office to stay at the church. Sarek said he would gladly put us up for the evening, if that's okay with all of you.
Sounds like a plan.
It is what it is.
So is that where you guys want to head? You guys want to head to? What is that called?
Temple of the Triad.
The Triad. Thank you. Is that where you guys head?
Yeah,
I
I
believe
guess
so.
I'd say get a beer, but there is none anymore.
No, there is. There's just very expensive beer from the dwarves. What was that bar called? That's in my other book. I forget.
Kelvin's Comfort.
Thank you. So I'm distracted with one thing because I'm anticipating you guys purchasing a way to pull your sleds. Is that something you guys think you're going to do before you leave here?
Honestly, I have no idea.
Excited.
Kind of up to the party.
I mean, if Kedek doesn't want to do it, we can get an actual mammoth.
I just know. I think
That was very
my-
expensive.
when it was Kedek pulling the cart before, it was slowing down our movement, our travel time.
Yes.
So if we're wanting to catch up and still have the cart, in regards to the murders, then it would probably be in our best interest to get a creature to pull it.
Piece of burden.
And that's why I was deferring. That's why Elijah was deferring to Blackthorn, because Blackthorn seems to know travel through the snow better, and was kind of wondering, you think we'll be better off just hoofing it on foot with you, or getting an animal to beast of burden to bring the cart with us?
You're a snow coyote. How do we get across that border?
The only potential interest in keeping that cart is it has the empty barrels from Good Meat that we could return.
That we could return, or we could smuggle stuff in with it.
Calm down, Han
Fine.
Solo.
Find some cheap, crappy ale and fill it with that, and be like, yeah, here's some stuff from Good Meat.
Yeah, we could sell beer and make a killing.
I imagine we'll want to keep to the paths pretty much as far as when we go out places. And if we ever deviate off the path, I assume it would be somewhere where we're not, where we've got a town to return to. So,
Okay.
So we're going to buy a pack animal.
yeah, I think, yeah.
Okay, no, and that's good. I found where I have my solutions. So that's what I was getting at. I was like, do I need to take a moment and try to figure out so I have answers prepared for you guys, or wait. So we can continue on unless you guys want to do that now before you guys head in. It would be very unlikely that you would necessarily find a shopkeeper, but you can try, obviously.
I think that's more of a morning thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys head to the House of
No.
Triad. What was that,
Yeah.
Kedek?
Oh, I thought it was the town hall, but House of Triad, yeah, that's where we're sleeping.
Okay, cool. All right. So when you guys get there, it is again, it is a dwarven built temple. So it is of the few like grand buildings here in Tinstown. It is a sight to see. it is definitely not what it used to be. There are only two pews left, and they are at the very front of the steeple. So it used to be something where people would come together. There could be weddings and like a traditional kind of like Catholic church that you but nice places to sit in a temple or warmth. Warmth comes first. So clearly, things here were salvaged to try to provide comfort and warmth, and that would be something that the church had decided. Elijah and honestly anybody else who would have come here before for worship, the House of Triad. I can't remember what it is. Let me pull up Storm King's Thunder. That's actually where it is. It's in that book. It's not even mentioned in our current campaign. Yeah, so the House of Triad. Tyr and Torm used to be worshipped here, and they had so instead of having just like one straight chapel, it broke off into like three parts, but like the pews would open up to all of them. Ilmater was also here. Ilmater was the one to the right. Tyr was the one in the center, and Torm is the one to the left. Torm and Tyr are gone now, so all of the tabards and tapestries used are gone, and those parts are just completely emptied. So it's just stone and stage that's left, and then Ilmater, in true Ilmater fashion, has like just one tabard with the markings of the white hands and like is it called a pulpit where you preach from?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So there's just one very, very simple little pulpit up at the front. In the front pew, you see Cyric talking to what looks like a homeless woman as you guys walk in.
Is it Beldora?
I was just about to ask the same thing.
As you walk closer, yes, it is Beldora. Cyric is sitting there talking to Beldora.
Ah, snap.
Conspiracy.
The Baldora conspiracy.
Are we able to hear any little bit of the conversation before?
Elijah's walking all the way up to greet Cyric and to drop off some tithing.
Yeah, as you're kind of approaching, you can tell it's towards the end of a conversation. So even if you kind of you could do like insight checks if you wanted to and stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say, could I insight check to see if it looks as though they're trying to wrap up fast as we're getting closer, or if they're trying, if they're trying to rush to the end of their conversation.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think insight would be the better option for anybody, unless you guys have something to like keen hearing. But yeah, everyone can roll insight if you're suspicious of Beldora.
Suspicious of everybody.
That's weird for a moment there.
I thought you were going to say that's suspicious for the rogue to be suspicious for people.
No, I went to my character sheet. Looks weird right now.
So anybody, there we go. Perfect. So anybody that rolled a 12 or higher, you definitely see the ending of a conversation, right? Whether it was rushed, you're not sure, but it was smooth, right? So it was it was, like, oh, yes, of course. And then a good hug, like a nice hug. And, so you took that away with it. The ones with the 12 or a 11 or lower, it was a little suspicious because you walked in and they immediately hugged. And
They fucking.
she stands up and she walks past you guys. She just kind of nods her head and just continues on.
Stay warm out there.
All modern knows what you did.
She's just kind of eyes widen, like in shock with that, like, and then just keeps walking. And then Sirik walks up and greets you all warmly. Oh, Elijah. Oh, it is great to see you, friend. It is great to see you. He comes up and gives you a hug.
I will give a hug back.
Do tell me, who are your friends?
Well, Brother Sten, I've told you about before. Belongs to one of the clans out in the frost, and I've traded some fish for blankets and skins and such. Some of these others I've just recently met when I was out at God damn it, I can't remember that place.
Karkonig.
Karkonig. While I was parishioning out at Karkonig, I met, there was some troubles there, and I met these other fine folks, and kind of helped with some of the problems in Karkonig. This here's Blackthorn, very well versed in traveling in winter, and this here's Kedek, a large and mighty warrior, as is Sten, and this is Christopher. Very polite and loves to drink.
So he'll walk over and
smart as a whip. This one,
like that, the kind of like, to me, it's like the goofy like youth pastor like hugging everybody. So he'll walk up and give Sten a hug, and then just kind of like pull back. And I've heard great deals of your work around Tenstown, and thank you for all you do. Goes to Blackthorn.
Blackthorn will hold up his hand to prevent him from hugging him.
He'll just like, so like, okay, so just like a hand, like, are you like hard stopping him?
Yeah, he will hold up like his hand, like to say stop.
It's like me in real life.
So is he just going around hugging everybody?
In a way, yes. So with Blackthorn like giving out the hand, he just kind of like awkwardly hugs the hand. Like it's like kind of like his hands are hugging your hands. I've seen people do it. It's really weird. And then
one of those just kind of grabs his hand with both hands.
Yes, yeah, like it's like weird. Like I'm getting a hug, damn it.
Blackthorn's like, I don't think. Oh yes.
And then he goes to Kedek.
I give him I pick him up off the ground and give him like one of those like giant bear hug things that cracks your back kind of thing.
Oh, I've only ever been blessed to read about your race. It is an honor to meet you, Kedek.
Thank you.
goes to Christopher, looks as suspicious as all heck, gives you a hug. It is an honor to meet you all. Now come, Set. Tell me about your stories. I've heard rumors of Karkonig. Good old drunken Torvos, and then looks over at you, Christopher. I'm sure you had nothing to do with that.
Do you have a problem with alcohol?
No.
Oh, I do.
Oh.
Just when it runs out.
He just looks and smiles and he goes, "It is one of the many sacrifices I've given for Ilmater." So, tell me about your journeys. How is it out there? Is it warming yet?
Oh no. It is far from that. We just encountered a small blizzard just not 2 hours out of the north gate.
Oh, praise Ilmater. I suppose Brenshander was just spared of another winter storm.
Praise Almada it is.
Well, are you seeking just a place of comfort for the evening?
Yes, I do not believe I'll be staying in Brenshander long this time. I will be heading to. We're heading to East Haven?
They were telling us west for the murders.
West. that's
West
right.
was for the murders. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Brandon. Well, let me. It's not much, but I can offer you all, a stay in my office. It has a hearth that could keep you all warm for the evening. I'd be happy to give it over to you, brother Elijah and friends.
That would be mighty generous of you. In my travels, I have picked up some gold for our alms box, and I will over 5 gold.
Excellent. What a gift it is to have you out and about. Well, if there's
So we sleep on floor or
we have cots. I can provide cots for you if that would make it easier.
okay. Is cot big enough? I am big.
I can provide several
Well-
cots if need be. Yes.
If needs be, Kedek, you push 2 cots together. I can sleep upon the floor.
No, I sleep on floor. You are tiny and delicate. You need cot.
Well, I do have my blankets and such.
Okay, we sleep now.
Excellent. Let me get the cots ready and let me show you where to go. And Elijah, you've been to his office before, and it's not the largest space. It's really like the size of an average size living room, so like a 10 by 15 or whatever. Enough room for you guys to sprout out a little bit. When you go in, there is a hearth, a desk, and one painting on the wall, and that is it. Oh, in a chair, like 2 chairs, one for the desk and then one opposite of the desk.
What's the painting?
The painting
Is of me.
is of you. The painting is of an armored knight accompanied by a kobold.
No. Hey,
Accompanied by what?
a kobold. It's Arthur and Olo.
Yes, you obviously have no idea.
Nice.
People are. Elijah would know a little stories of Arthur that Sarek may have told a little bit of. But yes, the painting is a small painting, but it is of Arthur and Olo, and that is all. So he comes in and lays out some of the cots, brings several pieces of wood to burn in the fireplace, and leaves you guys be.
Thank you. Sleep time.
So is that you guys just kind of pass out long couple of days?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Oh yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you guys, it's a nice night. You have probably the most warmth you've had in a long time. You think previously the night before, you were out in the shed at the crossroads. The night before you were sleeping in an inn, which was nice. But so like 3 days ago, literally you were raiding a dwarf fortress, and you were just essentially attacked by a dragon. You've had a very adventurous 3 to 4 days, and you are now still hunting a killer. So you all are able to sleep. There are no windows in this room. It is just nice and quiet with the crackling of fire, and everyone's able to get all the sleep they desire. To kind of get us moving along, is there anything you guys are? My assumption is you guys want to shop and leave, correct?
yep.
Mm,
Shop
Yeah.
for a cart pulling animal.
So I'm kind of sticking. Obviously, this game's a lot different. There's not a lot of magical items or things to essentially shopping for, so there won't be the table as we've done before. But the 2 new players that haven't really played with me as a DM before, I don't necessarily, unless I find there's a good reason to, like we had a little bit of shopping in the first town, just because you guys were meeting those NPCs and we were kind of building up that town a little bit. But I really don't want to do 4 hours of shopping. So if there is something you guys are wanting to do, especially here in Bryn Shander, you could be advised or it'd be obvious that this is a large city. If there's something you're looking for, it's going to be here. If it's going to be here in the north. And so if there's something your characters may be looking for, let me know. We can kind of deviate and do some of that. But this
I will
is
be picking up more pints of oil.
okay. You guys have some traveling options. So, obviously, you guys have your snowshoes, which will be valuable. But you have this sled. It is a larger sled, so a single dog would not be good enough. But so the dog sled.
What about a dog in a relationship?
I mean,
You see what it's like? You see what it's like to live with this?
Yeah.
This is my life.
I could only imagine. So
How much is a flask of pint of oil?
You'd have to look that up, but I'm sure it's not much.
Okay,
Anything that
I'll
you
look
find
that up.
would be average prices. Or the hiccups. And I keep hiccuping and burping, so I apologize. I have a really nice mic now that picks up the burp, the soft sound.
Yeah.
I was scratching my neck earlier, and I could hear that in the test. I was like, oh, this is gonna
I'm just having. I think it was my internet issues, but I'm hearing everybody's voice kind of go up and down like waves.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah, mine too.
Well, for Aaron, I think when he turns away from the mic,
Is it my voice?
yours.
Yeah, yours
for
is
me, yours
been doing the most.
fluctuates,
Oh,
but I think it's
okay.
just
Yeah.
when you turn away or move away a little bit from the mic. So it's just an adjustment to getting used to a stationary.
My
Well,
internet's
Yeah.
been acting up all day, so I thought it was just me.
no, okay. Well, and I kind of agree. So I to let you guys know, I bought a new headset, and it has the option of attaching a microphone. But I also got the new mic tonight, so I wanted to try it. I'm gonna go back and watch the VOD quite a bit. If it's bad and it is taking away, this is not needed. So
You just gotta hold your head still. That's
I
all.
probably can't do that. I lean back a lot and like
Oh,
it's
that's
just
what
it's weird.
watch him on stream.
Yeah, and I move a lot. For D&D, I move a lot. Like I get my books out, like I'll bend over and read the books. Like I'll sometimes get up and walk around the room as I'm doing dialogue. Like it's
Yeah, so your voice just went down.
yeah, because I was looking at the window. So I probably the mic could be used for streams, probably not for D&D. Because again, I'm not streaming D&D for anything but as a review. So if things start getting taken away from the game, which I think the mic is being distracting, it's not adding anything. So I'll just use my phone.
Flask of oil is 1 silver each.
That's what I figured it was. So yeah, you're good. Okay, so the dog sleds, Christopher. An empty sled costs 20 gold, which you essentially have, and you have a little bit nicer of one. So it's not just a dog sled. There's a little bit more to it. And it weighs 300 pounds. So I will say yours weighs twice that, or close to twice that, and weighs 500 pounds. And has room at the back for one driver. You guys could have a driver and a half. So like a Kodak and like a Christopher. Or two normal size kind of people. Could easily squeeze there. But really, basically, Sten and Kedek couldn't sit comfortably next to each other.
How much are more bounders?
What is a warbounder?
A more bounder. It's a large cat type creature that Haley has recently to turn into.
Oh.
It's a monster. It's a monstrosity.
You don't want to ride those.
Oh no, actually, it's a beast. But
I was gonna say, is
They're-
it kind of
they're-
like if you've seen Raya on Disney? They've got the giant cats.
Oh no, I haven't seen it.
Has Steve.
Yeah,
I almost watched that
actually,
too, but I
those
couldn't give
would
it attention.
be- those, yeah, that'd probably be pretty close. I think a more bounder is bigger. Has like spikes too.
Oh yeah. It's just in Raya, one of the creatures in there that they use as a steed is like it's a giant cat.
Oh, that's cool.
Fang.
So a
Yeah.
dog,
Backstab bastards.
so a sled dog, would it cost 50 gold and can pull 360 pounds. So you would team them up and they can all go together. So you have a 500-pound sled because you have a nice big one. And then
300-pound mammoth.
exactly. So you guys need to do the math to see how many dogs you would need to pool for each of them to accumulate. And then sled dogs must take a short rest after pulling the sled for 1 hour. Otherwise, they gain 1 level of exhaustion. So
Are dogs our only option?
for this, the ox that you guys had saw, they are extremely rare. Nobody's getting them.
Correct.
So that's just because they've been dying off. But you do have other options. And so this is where your recent earnings and the sled turning in could give you guys different things. The other form of travel, which you guys have not seen much of here, are actually axe beaks. And they do sell them here in Bryn Shander. It says an axe beak's splayed toes allow it to run across the snow. It can carry as much weight as a mule. A domesticated axe beak can be purchased in 10 towns for 50 gold. So each of you could be riding an axe beak. Let me see if I can.
Would Kedek and Sten be able to ride an axe beak?
I would roll so, yeah. I don't want to punish people for making cool characters.
Yeah, I mean, like Kedek is probably closer to 400 pounds, and I'm close to 300 pounds, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's a large creature. It would be this.
Unless, of course, I happen to be large size, then I can't ride it then.
Yes, yeah. Obviously, if you get oversized, then
Right.
an issue. But
Yeah, something to think about next level.
yeah, no.
Well, that'd be kind of like riding a tauntaun. If we end up getting stranded, we could always cut that sucker open.
Yeah. So that is essentially, those are your two options the book gives, and those are the two options I'm going to give for now, and we'll kind of go from there if need be. So you guys could either buy.
But axe beaks are just for riding. They don't pull things, correct?
You cannot have them pull. So that's really the decision you need to make. Are you guys wanting to buy enough dogs to pull everything and handle the dogs? Or do you guys want to buy mounts? Or do you want to just sell the sleds and walk? Like, all of these options are good. The game is built around you guys having your decisions to, like, and it's just something you manage. So it's kind of you guys figuring out what you value and going from there.
And the dogs pull how much?
Each dog is 50 gold, and they can pull 360 pounds. So I would say, what, you guys probably have 3,000 pounds worth of stuff.
Yeah, this cart is kind of starting to sound like more trouble than it's worth. So I'm kind of in the camp of like sell it
and walk.
And like, that's a cool picture. We have to take care of the animal. We got to feed it. We also run into the potential of, fucking dragon shows back up and snatches it back up and makes buying it pointless.
We could also buy beer instead.
Well, if we have 10 or less dogs, I can feed them.
Hey, that's a good way to neutralize your good berries.
But
then we'd neutralize the good berries, which we don't need to.
Yeah, I said, yeah. I'm for selling the cart.
So you said the only thing they don't have here is regular priced ale?
Yes, yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, and you're kind of getting some of the rumors that's kind of being the trend right now, because good mead has been the source of all the ale in the area, and they have run into issues. The rumor that you had heard about them is in Goodmead, the town speaker was recently killed by a 9-foot tall giant. Rumor has it the giant stole shipments of honey mead, without which a handful of taverns in Tinstown might go dry, and they've gone dry.
I vote that's the first priority.
Stop hunting the murder and go fix the mead problem.
There are places that kill their people for ritual, right? Like, but the beer is finite.
So would Sten know that it's not a giant? Because normally giants are actually closer to 20 feet tall.
I mean, yes, you could put together that it's not an actual giant, but you could be anything, because
they might be giants.
Creature.
You
just don't know and so that's the rumors are structured as so. They give you enough information to get you an idea, but it's not like, oh yeah, it was exactly that.
Did it the early 2000s thing that swept the nations? They might be giants.
Like, like so, so I'll give you an example, right? So, Brent Shander, some dwarves will pay good money to anyone who can find a lost shipment for them. Well, you found it, but there was a lot more information to it than just that. Can I get someone to roll me a 1d10? The first
Probably
one that
get
does it wins.
Probably get more than one person. Oh,
Stan wins. All right. So, and Bremen. So, as you guys are shopping and as you guys are doing your chores, you get the rumor about Bremen, which is good because you guys are maybe heading that direction. It says fishers are being terrorized by a monster that lives in Malduldan. Let me look up how to
Malduldan.
the lake. The East Lake or the West Lake. Let me see how you're supposed to pronounce that.
Mel did it.
You said nailed it. It's Mal Do Alden.
Alden.
Mar. That's too much of a. Okay, and then yeah. So that's the kind of rumor that you guys got. Is there's hang on, I didn't finish it. So fishers are being terrorized by a monster that lives in the Western Lake. Strange that none of the other towns on that lake have been hindered by the monster. So there are two other towns that are connected to that same. So those are your rumors. What is your guys' decision on the traveling situation? Are you guys wanting to sell? Best offer you've gotten is 50 gold.
Cheap bastards.
It would be.
You want to haggle for more?
Yeah.
Can we do that?
Wait, no, I'm not Stuart. Chris is like Stuart would haggle. Eric would haggle. Chris would haggle.
Elijah wouldn't haggle. Elijah, thankful for what he gets.
So normally, yes. So and that was a good point, Robbie. I should allow you to do that next time if you guys would like. And so I apologize, but I was giving you guys a good deal on that because normal sleds are really just like 20 gold. So they offered you 45 and then 5 extra for the giant empty bottles of the ale or barrels of the ale.
Okay.
So I feel like that's a steal of a deal. So
probably the best we're gonna get then.
Yeah, and that's with you guys walking around. You guys probably spent the morning gathering information about like what are your options, and then talk to several people and maybe been like, well, this guy's offering me 35 gold, and then they're like, oh, I'm offering you 40. Kind of created a little mini bidding war, and kind of ended up with 50 total for the whole sled.
All right, I'm good with that.
I'm good.
Yeah.
All right. So then, where do you guys head out towards? Are you heading east to Goodmead, or are you heading west, in search of the killer?
Guess we should stop the murderers.
Blackthorn would push for west.
I think Elijah would too.
Okay. So next stop. I hate that this thing is this way. To the front. Move to the lair.
Is this the lake?
That is the lake.
That's okay.
fact, I'll give it to you. The name.
Sizzling beef, sizzling spicy braised, barbecued beef ribs.
Oh. Thank you so much. I need to fix my alert on this thing. I got like 2 alerts and they're just going crazy. Thank you so much for that. All right. So with that, I actually think we will end the night there. As you guys are heading out on foot to the city of Targos, which is one of the other large sections or one of the large towns here in Tinstown. So, any objections?
Nope.
Oh no.
Awesome. Well, give me a second.
Welcome.
Thank you. Give me 2 seconds. Well, Val, thank you so much for coming in. So the backseat gaming tag is for Guild Wars 2. I usually stream Guild Wars 2, but Thursday night is my D&D night. So these are my buddies. I stream it not because I think I'm an amazing DM or that we're the most entertaining thing, especially on a Thursday night. I know what I'm up against. But we do it for fun. I also use it for like a log, if you will. So if you enjoy it and you want to come back, I am running Icewind Dale. And I had a little bit of an off night. I had a new microphone and I bounce around and I need to learn to stand here. So if I play games, it's good. But I'm learning, put in the mic and just use that because I'm too animated. Anyways, I'm going to go hang out with my buddies off stream here. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. Everyone else who's still around, I appreciate it. If you like it, and you want to come back next week, we should be here every Thursday night. And you can continue getting the tales of Icewind Dale told by me. What level is party? Don't want to waste times. Yeah, no, they are level 2. So just level 2. But we are adventuring and exploring the very, very cold, never-ending winter. And with that, good night. Bye, everyone.